It's so, but
especially in a tattoo.
So now
world,
this
right?
is the thing. So the question that he was saying is like, I guess if you could go back to any age, if you could go back to any age, what age would you go to, and what would you tell yourself
in your life?
Your life.
If you were looking at a 20-year-old version of yourself, 30-year-old version of yourself, what age would you go back to?
What age would you go back to?
What conversation?
I would go back to in my 20s. And I will definitely do things. What I know now, I would implement in my 20s so I can be secure for right now. So I would definitely go back into my 20s. I always say that 25 was my best, because I had my oldest daughter young too. So, but that's something, she was here, I was like, I didn't regret. It made me a better person. It made me like step
kids
up.
change your life.
Yeah. How old were you when you had your
better?
first child?
I just turned 16.
Oh, okay.
Just turned 16. I had her, I was turning 16 in February. I had her December 5th. Wow. Me and her dad was, to get first and everything like that. So it was just like, she made me grow up.
Yeah.
So when I was 17, I got my own apartment. I was like, I'm never going back home. I got this freedom, then I got a car, and then I just worked.
Yeah.
Right.
And then from there, I was like, I wish I would have started this in my 20s. I wish I would have did that. Now I'm 40, and I'm doing everything that...
40 is... You are
you're
fresh.
You're young.
You know what I mean?
But now, look how you thought about that, right? That I wish I could have done whatever at 25 what I know now. Now imagine what the 42-year-old version of you is going to say about the 40-year-old version of you. So things like you having fear for your business and not doing these steps, your 42-year-old version will be like, yo, you should have done it when you're 40. So we're constantly, you know what I'm saying? Like, evolving. So, like, I'm better this year. I'm way better this year than I was last year. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm thinking, like, what about next year? What am I missing this year that I should know next year? You know what I'm saying? So I constantly be thinking about myself, like, how can I better this time right now?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And prepare yourself for the next few years.
So you did a lot of, like you didn't really get to live. You're probably living now.
I am.
Yeah, I feel that.
I feel like that I have a lot more... I have the energy to do what I want now because now my oldest daughter, she graduated high school at 16. She went into the military, into the Air Force. Went there, stayed there. Now she's retired. They medically retired her, and again, they see everything. They see my hustle and my drive, and they still she's in school. She wants to be a dentist.
Okay.
My youngest one, I think she kind of got more of me because she's like, if I want to go to college, I think I want to do a business. I want to do this.
We encourage that mentality. You know, like my 18-year-old, I had my 18-year-old when I was 18. And he got a scholarship to go to college, and he wants to go, and I'm all for it, right? And my 16-year-old is like,
I don't know. There's someone that already owns a business. I think I'm just gonna be there.
I think that's how she's more. My oldest, she plays it safe. Like she has that. Sometimes she has that military mindset. Yeah. Well, but my youngest, she's like...
She's a go. She's ready to go.
She's like, I'm not doing this. Like, and one thing she said to me, her and her friends, they was having a conversation one day, and so her friend was like, yeah, because I'm scared of my mom, and I'm like, because my mom don't play. So I'm like... But then my daughter like, why? Why you want me to be scared of you? You should want me to respect you more than being afraid of you.
Yeah, like my kids don't fear me. For sure.
And I was like... You know what? You're absolutely right. I do want you to respect me because that's how I was raised. I was scared of shit.
Yeah, so was I.
I was
But
scared
the thing is, our parents, it was the same shit with me. Our parents spoke to us to inflict fear so then become respect. But at the same time, we could have been spoken to like adults.
Yeah. But when I met him, he would say to me, like, you talk too much. Because when I met him, I had 3 kids already with my husband. He said to me, he was like, you talk too much to them kids. I was like, it's so important to talk to your kids.
Now, let's be honest.
I do let
listen,
them be
some
free.
of them, they needed body slams and like to be thrown out the window. You already know how to become a wrestler.
Sometimes.
You know what I mean?
But for the most part, like,
communication.
You know they be wilding.
Communication is really important.
Kids be wilding.
Things like, so on the younger side of this, I want to just hop in this conversation real quick. Things like, because I said so, or because I've done that. Things like that really don't help a kid grow. It's more like a block of like.
I agree.
So what do you mean? Like why you said? Yeah, like what does that mean? You know. So
I don't use that. Yeah, I don't use that.
They
because
challenge.
I said
They
so.
will challenge. I think it's very important. Like you said, like I allow them to be free and express yourself because they have feelings too. I don't be like, oh, go, stay out of grown folks' business. Give me your opinion.
You wouldn't speak to your clients like that. You wouldn't speak to your clients like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they're just little humans.
That's my favorite thing that you said. That they're just little adults.
They're little humans. They're living and they have their own little problems in their own little world.
And they get tired just because we're like, why are you tired? You're
young.
It's like, well, going to school and fucking playing sports, that shit's tiring.
Yeah.
That's what you're not doing
She
it.
be like, oh, I'm stressed. I'm like, I used to say stressed about what? You ain't doing nothing.
No, but then you understand.
Now I know, like, oh, okay, you still have to be up 6 because she has to catch the bus by 6:15.
My son too.
Yeah. I want to talk about that time.
Yeah,
So you're like, yo,
I get all upset if it's cold out. I'm like, man, I'll drive you. Just whatever.
So I mean, she's way more outspoken.
You know, she's gonna take on the business and push it forward.
You were younger, right? So my oldest has a different. He may do the same, but he won't communicate in the same way.
Right.
Do you know, he's more like reserved and more less out there, right? And my 16-year-old is like, look, so this is what happened, and I didn't like that because, and I understand.
He's more outspoken.
Exactly how they are. Because even my oldest now, she like, you too soft. You let her get away with everything.
That's what my oldest says. I would have.
But that's because I was the oldest, because she went through everything as the first child. Yeah, like once you get to like the third and fourth, you don't give a shit. Like, yeah, whatever you want.
Never let me do that. I'd be like, I just don't have the time.
It's different time. It's different.
I don't have the time.
Yeah.
I don't have the time or the energy to give you all of that.
She'd say something. She'd be like, did you just let her get smart with you? I'm like, she didn't get smart. I didn't take it that way. But she takes it that way. Because if she would have said it back then,
my oldest is
I probably would have like,
popped
oh,
them.
I'm not your dad.
That's what my son says. He's like, you just let him say that to you? You would have said. I'm sorry that's who I was.
Yeah.
At that age.
We've grown.
Yeah.
I just want to put out there that we had dinner, because we have dinner all the time, all our kids. And we sit at the dinner table and we go one by one and we see, like, we ask how their day was going. What was the favorite part, was the worst part, and then we try to fix it within the family. Okay, you should do this, and everybody, right?
So what did you learn
I
from
just
that?
want to say that we did one of those fucking dinners, and the dinner happened to be all about me and everybody's experience of how each one of them got their ass whooped. So as they go down the line, and one of them was like, you know what I remember? Remember, Dad, when you like hung me upside down by a leg? Like, and then the next one gets getting worse and worse. I'm like, yo, how did this become about me, bro?
I'm the talker.
But at the same time, they're like, thank you. Like, I needed that.
Yeah, my daughter was straight up like, I needed that.
But they each said, I needed that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true, because even my oldest, like I had my family there. They helped me a lot with her because I still was young. Yeah. But my oldest daughter, I used to try to always be her friend too, like because I didn't want to be that. I always tell people, you raise your kids how you see fit. With you, I'm not one of those.
You don't want to be the
hit
tough.
my kids.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those who be like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like we have a different relationship. Yeah. So I don't get into people's business when it comes to raising their kids, because you may be strict on your child, but I'm not strict on mine. Right. You know, and I say that because sometimes the ones who was the strictest, the ones who be
super strict.
Yes.
My mom was super
Once you get a
strict.
taste of being out there,
And it was
and now it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
And I think that if I would have had more freedom, right? Because I deserved the freedom. I was a good kid. I did well in school. I had a job. I deserved that freedom. But because I was never granted that freedom, as soon as I took it, I was like, I moved out of my house when I was 17. I did not go back home. I was like, I'm not doing this shit, man.
I was like 18.
I was out. Like, there was I had a baby. I was like, we gonna figure this out.
And that's why some of these kids want to go away from college so they can just have that freedom.
Yeah.
They don't even want to go to school. They don't care about the classes. They just want to be
in
free and be from somewhere else, whereas though they don't have to listen.
Yeah. I don't think my kid wants to, like I talked to my 16-year-old about going away, and he's like,
Yeah, she'd be like, nah, I'm gonna stay right here. Don't you need me here? Because I'm the type of I don't. What another thing I think when it comes to us as young parents, I'm not one of those. I'm not putting my child out. I'm not.
No, we're not.
We
don't kick our kids
as long as you need to.
We're not 18. I don't even when they finish college. I think they should.
Yeah, you know how there's parents are when you're 18. I want you. Yo, you can stay. I don't give a shit. You can stay here.
Yeah, go buy a house.
Yeah, you have an up now. Because I didn't have this opportunity, so you know what I'm saying.
I didn't want to live with my mom. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but it's an option now.
Yeah,
it's an option.
It's an option. You don't have to stay here, but you're always welcome. I'm not kicking you out.
I tell my daughter, stay home until you can buy a house. Don't
you ain't gonna be 35. You ain't gonna be 30 like Joe Biden's son and shit doing crack in my house with strippers.
And she lives at home with her mom,
but her mom is not there.
But nonetheless,
her mom gave her the house.
But nonetheless, it's her mom's house, right? Her mom stays there. You know what I mean? Yeah, her mom travels and stuff, but that's what she lives at home with her mom.
Yeah, I don't even feel like it's something that I don't listen.
I'm not pressed for my kids.
You know how some people
like
pay the bills? I've been paying these bills.
Yeah, I don't need you to pay the bills.
It's not gonna make me a difference.
It's not. Yeah.
Save your money because it's still got to get paid. At the end of the day, I want you to save. I want you to get out eventually.
Yeah, I don't want you to live here forever, but I want you to.
That's what I'm saying. If Osiris is home with a fucking beard and his wife in my basement, that's not gonna happen. Get your wife into a house, dude. not gonna happen. Current events, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what a great episode today. Not gonna lie, I had
Let's
a jump.
go.
So Smiley came in talking about a lady picked up a dollar bill, passing out. Don't know if there was something on the dollar bill, overexcitement.
Wait, and then her husband like held her or something, or held her hand or whatnot, and it affected him too.
That shit had anthrax on it, yo. That shit made a comeback, cause that shit was out like 1997, 1998.
Yeah, she said they were on a road trip and they had stopped somewhere and there was like a dollar bill on the floor, and then she grabbed it.
Passed out.
And yeah, she said that her body went numb. And
What I think was that they were doing something else prior to that. Whatever they drunk, whatever they ate, something, right? And then they just happened to pick up a dollar and blame it on the goddamn dollars on
unless
the
the dollar was like laced with fentanyl, because
Yeah,
I know
I
that
don't
all
know.
you gotta
can't
do.
just go like you can't just
No, I don't know.
pick up
'cause-
a dollar like that and then
yo,
if it affects the
hold on.
husband too, then I think there's something wrong with the dollar bill.
So
you have to inhale the fentanyl.
I
Mom.
don't know, because there was this cop, right? There was like a dash cam video, and all he did was open the trunk of the car, and the fentanyl was in the trunk of the car, and he passed out from it. They had to like narcan.
Yeah, I remember the video, but you talking about there was a lot of fentanyl in the trunk.
So we don't
and it was
know.
closed in, so when you opened it up,
But
just
why
like
would it be
powder.
on that? Why would it be on that dollar though? Why, or did you think someone purposely?
Some people just
did that?
shicey.
Yeah.
Some people just shicey.
I'm just.
But do you get the husband grabbing and then him passing out too?
Yeah.
It's not a fucking electric slide. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, it's just a fucking dollar. I understand her. If she like, and why would she sniff a dollar, bro?
I don't think
I'll
she
put that
sniffed
shit right in my
it. She
pocket.
said she held it.
In
And her
her
hand,
hand?
yeah, and her hand got tingly, and
She's like, yo, my nose itchy.
Yeah, it had to be something on that dollar.
She's
Yeah.
like, honey, you
Yeah.
have something on your face.
it had to
And
be
he's
something.
Like, damn, I feel
Nothing.
woozy now.
I guess she grabbed his hand or something, and then he started feeling
Yeah,
it or whatever.
that's weird.
But she
Tag,
was the
you're
one.
it.
She was the one who got really like impacted by it. Like him.
Cause she the one who grabbed
did
it
first,
I
yeah.
mean,
Mind
Lesson
your
learned,
fucking
don't pick
business,
up a dollar.
keep it moving. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't. Sometimes you just gotta walk past.
Don't
it.
pick up the
Don't
fucking
pick up a
dollar, yo.
Like,
Don't pick
you
it up.
never know. People is crazy now in these days.
for real.
Like crazy.
It could be the shit with the fishing line. But you're chasing and shit.
But how funny that just getting on that? How funny was the chicken guy? Did y'all see that one? That one was the chicken guy, the one who killed the chicken.
Oh, but they gave him a felony charge.
Yes.
They gave him
He
a
killed his
felony
neighbor's rooster.
charge. He said people eat chicken every day.
So neighbors,
Church's
right? So
chicken.
can you imagine my neighbor having a rooster and Smiley being fed up with the fucking rooster and just killing it?
No. Okay, because this is how the news spin shit. What happened was the guy was coming home from work,
Okay.
and the rooster started chasing the guy
Yeah.
and like jumping on him to like. And roosters, like, they'll cut you, they'll fuck you up, bro. Like, it's what they do in Puerto Rico, DR.
Yeah.
So this guy, he tried to run away. He couldn't get away from a rooster. He turned around, and he fucking shot it, and he didn't think.
Did he shoot it or did he hit it with a rock or something?
Yeah,
I think he, like, threw
He
something
hit
at
it with
it.
a rock to like get it away, and it hit the rooster in the back of the head, and it just like destroyed him, and it killed him. And then they called the cops, and then he got a felony charge.
Yeah, because he was like chicken die every day.
He said, "We eat chicken every day."
Does he want to send me to chicken jail?
Just because the neighbor called it a pet, that's how they used it as a felony charge towards it. I
Because it was a
mean,
pet.
Yeah.
There's people that have chickens.
like, I'll buy you a box of chicken, my guy. Like, I'll buy you a whole
That was
bunch
his
of
pet,
them.
but roosters are incredibly aggressive.
The first lady is now again in the news after she compared
Yeah, I got this one because
Latinos. Her words were,
It's my
Latinos
laugh.
are as unique as breakfast tacos.
Bodegas in Washington Heights and palm trees in Miami. And then she said, like,
she's a savage.
breakfast tacos. Like, excuse me, what the fuck?
Or she's trying to say you guys are good.
That's a rare.
Don't try to fix that shit. Nah.
I don't know.
They're just good people.
No.
It's
Breakfast
good shit, though.
tacos?
I know it's not something to compare to, but I'm trying.
Like, yo,
to
you're like a
live it
taco,
now.
bro.
I'm trying to. I don't.
So I'd be wrong if I'd be like, white people are like crackers? Like, is that
Yeah.
okay?
No, it's
You know what I
really
mean?
not. It's not okay.
Like, it's
really
not okay.
It's
Don't do
not
that.
Okay to be compared to food, period. But
Shouldn't.
I don't know what
She's
she
a
was
savage.
trying to.
She don't care.
You know how they're
I think
oblivious?
she was trying to say like
they're
like,
oblivious to
like,
shit.
Like,
First of all,
yes, like that. Like I guess like a specialty that you find in here or in there, and it's good to consume. We are human beings.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we're paying fucking taxes.
So
like
it states that the remarks were not made by Miss Biden, Joe Biden. They were from her writing team that are now going under investigation. And will
so
be
this
held
was
up.
vetted. is what we're
That's-
saying.
that's
So there
meaning that
was
it was read through.
multiple people
So they
that
don't-
read
And everybody
it. No, they
okayed
read
it. Everybody
They read
okayed
They
it.
read it.
It's not like somebody went to the
They fucking
bathroom,
read
wrote it on the phone. and was
Somebody
like,
had to
read this.
write it, and then somebody had to like transcribe
And
it, right?
proofread.
And then put it on the thing, right?
Proofread
So this went through various hands, and she didn't just read it when she got there.
Yeah.
So like nobody,
She said, tacos.
Some fucking
All right, sounds
common
perfect.
sense.
All right. And then, you know what I mean?
like
And
that's
just-
not okay, man.
No, it's really not.
It's not.
It's really
I mean,
not.
thank you for letting us know how you feel, right? Because now everybody knows how you really feel. But damn, yo, you couldn't
likes
find
tacos.
like a different. We don't even know if she likes it.
Yeah.
She likes palm trees. I'm pretty
Wait,
sure,
what
like.
did she say about the palm tree?
She was like, you know, that they're as unique as bodegas in Washington Heights, right? And she didn't even say bodega.
They're
She
not
called it
unique.
like
There's a bodega in every corner.
I don't know. She like butchered the name, right? And then, or as beautiful as palm trees in Miami. And then she said something about like
Unique as breakfast tacos.
breakfast tacos in LA or some shit. And I was like,
Crazy.
How did she come up with those comparisons?
Yeah.
she didn't. Her team
Her
did.
team, yeah. So speaking on the teleprompters,
Now, because now
and
they
their
don't want to
teams-
blame it on her.
Yeah,
Now they're
'cause-
trying to
yeah.
take.
So
Well,
speaking
I
on
mean,
the
I'm gonna
teams
keep
and
it
the
real. They don't
teleprompters-
write their own shit.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Especially Brandon.
No.
But who? I have to be honest though.
It's a taco.
When Trump writer was writing his stuff, half his shit was really funny.
Yo, it is.
But it was
He was
great
like
content. That
my
was great
African
content.
like my African friend right here dancing.
was-
Yo, he's a savage. Yo.
Yo, he used to just say crazy stuff.
Oh, come in. I don't know. Megan's about to come through. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right back.
so
So I'll
they're doing
give you
sign
guys
languages.
this.
I don't even understand that shit.
I'll give you guys this one before I go open the door. Speaking on the teleprompters in the Biden, Joe Biden had a press conference recently where he actually stated the lines, repeat the line, you read it wrong.
Okay. So yeah. So I guess Brandon was reading the teleprompter. You know when the newscaster actually read the TV when it goes down. So as he was reading the whole entire statement. And at the bottom it said repeat the first line, which he had to repeat the first line. He actually read repeat the first line, and he goes back to repeat the first line.
So I'm interested in knowing.
He's a fucking clone, this guy. He's a robot.
I'm interested in knowing the process on how to change how old you are to be eligible for presidency, because I know that there's like a certain limitation on how old you are in order to drive, right? Because you just don't.
Drivers. You spoke about like citizen drivers, right? So it's-
Right. So I know that there's a limitation on how old you are to be able to drive. I don't
there?
understand why. Yeah,
Yeah. I
believe
for
so.
sure.
What's the limit?
I think like 70 something, right?
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was,
I was like-
65.
It
or
could
Really?
something.
I was-
70 something? Bro, you can't barely see.
I think it's like I definitely thought it was like
They
70,
have to
but I'm
get
not
from
sure.
behind the wheel at
Yeah.
a certain age.
They can't
Yo.
drive at a certain age,
Get
right?
their license taken away.
So why can somebody who obviously can't make good choices on the road make good choices like
For the whole country.
what the fuck
How-
is that all about? And how
He
does
fell
that
off a bike.
change? How does that change? What happens? Like what do the citizens have to do in order to bring about that change? Because we've never seen a young Obama was the youngest president that we've
we
ever
have to
had.
do a lot in order to see a change. I mean, a
Facts.
lot. If you think about it, it's still the same people who's in Congress from when our grandparents was
It's
there.
the same
So
shit.
they're so stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
It's hard to change a lot of things. Like that's why now I feel like that people are more opinionated, and you are entitled to
They
your
are, yeah.
opinion.
Absolutely.
You know, so but we need to have younger faces that's in the seat, that's in the house,
You
and
know?
it has to start.
Well, we do.
there.
Are
We
they
have the
interested?
the
Are they
three
interested?
chicks.
I
Well, we have the
think
three
they
chicks
are,
that are
though.
the young chicks that have their Instagram and all that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
I know who you're talking about, but
Yo.
it starts.
It's a fucking-
It's just them. They not
just
enough.
them.
It's
They're not enough. There
enough.
needs to be like a slew of
It
new
needs to-
change
They
and all
need
that.
to allow other people in. When my question is this:
There's
when
an expiration.
How come it's not an expiration for the House, but is an expiration for
the
presidency?
Presidents.
So-
because they're just performers. That's all it is.
What do you
It's
think
just-
the age cutoff should be for the president? You have to be 35 to at least be president. What age do you think it should stop?
Oh, so you have to be 35.
You have to be
start
at least
running?
35
At
to be
least
president.
35.
I guess-
You have to be married too, right?
You have to just be a U.S. citizen from birth.
Yeah, I didn't think you had to be married.
I think at the
But I
probably,
also
I
think
think
that you have to
60.
invest.
60?
I think some Australian guy was saying like in order for you to be president, you have to invest $2 billion into
You
But
need
that's
money.
where you
into
get your
being
sponsors. You get
your sponsorships from. Yeah,
sponsorships
yeah.
and stuff
So
from-
you got to be able to raise that amount of money at 35, right?
Yeah, but
I
I'd
don't
say
think
60.
I don't think. Yeah, I want to say maybe 55, 60.
Oh, you definitely. So you got to do a lot of ass kissing. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's why Booker couldn't run for
Yeah,
presidency. You didn't
How
have
old
the
was
funding.
Bernie
I
Sanders
didn't.
dope
when he
ass
ran?
president.
You think so?
I think so. I think
We
I,
lived in
so I
Newark.
lived in Newark. We lived in Newark for 8 years, and I can genuinely say that his impact was felt well.
Yo, facts.
in the
Oh, that's
communities.
good.
Yeah,
See, I didn't
he
know much
definitely-
about him.
Yeah, I think he
I
did.
mean, I see him speaking up now. Though,
Yeah,
you
he
know.
so he brought Newark a very long way. He absolutely like brought down the crime in Newark.
But
he helped bring in a
this
whole
is-
bunch of new
But
developments.
this is
in
the
Newark.
thing, like, because you're talking about he would have been a great president. He was never going to be a president.
Yeah,
The
this
thing
is
is,
true.
you have to be in fucking high society, skull and bones, Freemasons. You have to join these different. It's not just becoming. It's not like you and I can just
Just being
become
a
a
mayor
president.
and
Hey, but other
just-
people like me. That shit is not
I
enough. You
definitely
need to
think that
do
he's like a
shit
Mason.
that's like high level in order for you to fit into that category.
But how do you
And they
do shit to
choose.
be high level?
And they.
Network. It's who you know. It's always who you
100%.
know. So like these
Fuck
Masons,
Illuminati, man. It's
yeah,
all that shit.
these-
You know what I'm
these
saying? They choose
Masons-
the people, yo.
These Masons, they're
don't choose the
they're-
president.
They're
They're already-
communities.
Don't.
They're communities. These Masons, they're communities, and in communities, you know, you look each other out.
So some of the ages of these previous political powers: Bernie Sanders being the oldest at 80 years old, Joe Biden 79 years old, Donald Trump 76. The youngest that we just had out of office is Obama, just hit 60 years old.
Obama 60.
Oh, he looks good.
Just
too.
hit 60 years old.
Yeah.
Man,
So
listen.
I think I think 60,
Sorry.
65 would be a great cutoff age. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good one.
60
I don't-
so young though right now.
Is it?
Well, now,
Now,
for
it's
us
so
now,
young.
our
And this is
generation.
why my mom is 65. She's not with the shits.
But I bet you your mom looks good. You have
She does look
women
good, yeah.
now that is 65.
They look great.
Still getting,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
they make
yeah.
it surgery, whatever they get, they in shape.
I was just gonna say 65. Remember all this video we've been watching? 60-year-olds that they look better now than they
Then the
did.
younger
It's like,
age.
yo, they don't even look
yeah,
60
yeah.
right now. They're looking like the 60-year-old looking like 48.
Yeah.
Like that
they look
type
good,
of.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit, there's hope for me.
Yeah, but that,
You know,
is that
so when I get to
mentality there,
60
Look
you know?
like- okay, let's be real. Let's talk. Well, we talking about people with money. Look at like Janet. She's what 50, almost 60.
No,
isn't
she's
she?
way like.
No, I think Janet's in her 60s.
yeah, cause
Yeah.
was Madonna?
She-
Madonna's like
I
70.
think so.
Madonna's that old.
She's singing. You saw her face, yo?
Janet Jackson is 56 years
Oh,
old.
Get the fuck out.
56.
How?
She
How?
look
Sway,
good.
sway,
She look
sway.
good.
I need answers.
Madonna
She
is
look good.
63 years old.
Madonna.
63?
Oh,
63.
she
But
looks
to me,
terrible for 63.
You think she looks?
No.
Madonna looks overfilled. Like her, whoever's injecting
Yeah,
her just
but
didn't care anymore.
But no, that's Illuminati lotion. That's not a
can't.
fucking injection,
I
ma. You already
can't.
know.
Oprah Winfrey is
She gonna
68
start
years
me up
old.
with this fucking conspiracy
Oprah Winfrey drinks baby blood. I am sure of that.
She's saying, what about
Yes.
Oprah?
She's 68 years old.
Okay.
She's 68.
She
Okay.
drinks baby blood.
She
I'm
has to
sorry.
drink baby blood.
I'm sorry, her and Queen Elizabeth. That
How
bitch
do
still
y'all
haven't
feel about
died.
Britney Spears?
I think there's something so wrong with that.
She
Very
burnt.
good.
You
So-
can see.
I don't
you can
like
see
him.
the
I don't like
mileage.
him. I think he's
I think
using
she
her.
always been being used.
Yeah,
She
I think
just
he's like
haven't-
manipulating her.
It's almost like if the person she was being used by sent a new guy
To use
to
her.
like be like, oh no, we're gonna work this out. You're gonna break free from that, and then started controlling her.
Yeah,
it's like
I
right. She's
think-
always getting
I
herself
think
in.
I don't trust him. He gives me like vibes.
vibes.
Yeah, like you up to no good, man.
I just wish she really had someone in her corner, like really family and all. I just think she never
Man,
really
yo.
had
Britney
anyone
Spears
with
What
her.
just
happens
hit
is that when
40
you
this
start
past
working with
December.
Disney, and then you're a singer, and then that world is just look at Lindsay Lohan, man.
Yeah.
She
I mean,
was.
She cleaned herself up.
She
though.
was, yeah, but she was awesome. She,
was-
had a great career.
Yeah, she had
she
a
was
little rough
beautiful.
patch there.
And then Disney got a hold of her, and then after that, it was just like a wrap. You know what I mean?
Guys,
It's fucked up.
we had a great episode here on the pod. Definitely, I think the longest one that we've had so far. Thank you so much, Kim, for joining us.
Welcome,
Thank you so
it was a
much.
pleasure.
Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on the podcast.
Yes, hit the up like button, please subscribe, and let the algorithm know that you like our stuff.
Comment under her
Highly
stuff.
appreciate it. And yeah, leave some comments below. Let us know what you think. See you guys next time.
Adios.
Let's go.